So over these past few modules, we learned about kind of imprinting, we learned about the amygdala, hippocampus, we learned about the scientific theory of love, but before that we had done an imago before you knew why you were doing it. So before I start going over the imago, isn't it funny that we say these sentences a lot of times, like, I don't know if you felt this way. I know it's as if we just met, but somehow I feel like I already know you. So have you ever felt that way? Like somebody asks you, like, why are you attracted to that person? I don't know. It's just like, I just feel like I already know them. And so one thing is that the imago assumption is that lovers resemble caretakers. Again, I don't know how you feel about this, but you have to remember that the people that you choose, they might look like your parents 18 years ago. Like, for example, my dad has always had a beard, and I find men very attractive who have a beard. But maybe your dad had a beard, but now he doesn't have a beard, or vice versa. Maybe he has a beard and maybe he didn't. Maybe now he has glasses before he didn't. Maybe he's gained a lot of weight and before he didn't. Maybe you've never noticed that he does have very attractive lips and you're attracted to lips, or maybe his hands. But it's something that you have to think about, because I would guess that most of you are at least 18, maybe much older than 18. And so when you're thinking about when your love map that we talked about was made up, it was a long time ago. Okay. So here's another one. Even though we've only been seeing each other for a short time, I can't remember when I didn't know you. It's kind of going back to like merging the lover with your parents. When I'm with you, I no longer feel alone. I feel whole. I feel complete. The person manifests a part of their being that was cut off from childhood. I love you so much, I can't live without you, right? These are all these statements that kind of go with our, this whole scientific theory of love and childhood experiences and so on and so forth. And isn't it funny how the people, the little pet names that we give each other a lot of times have to do with childhood, like babe, baby, honey bunny. We look at their, we play silly games and look at their stomach and blow on their stomach and silliness, right, in the beginning of a relationship. Maybe not, but anyway. So back to this imago. Maybe a lot of you did the assignment and were like, imago, what does that mean? So what it means is the inner unconscious image of the opposite sex, what you're looking for in a partner but aren't aware of. Okay, so then we did that exercise. And so I'd like to finish this kind of section off with what is a conscious relationship. And this is something really, really important to think about. Like, a lot of us think about, like, why did we choose our partner? But have you ever stopped to consider, why does your partner choose you? And I think looking at a different perspective about this and maybe understanding this concept could be really powerful. For example, understanding that your partner chose you to heal some childhood wound really makes us look at things different. So it says, a conscious relationship, you realize that your love relationship had a hidden purpose of healing childhood wounds. Learn to recognize that unresolved childhood issues. It will make things more understandable, and you have a greater sense of control. You create a more accurate image of your partner. So your partner is not a savior. Your partner chose you so that you could heal their wounds. And I think that's a perspective that a lot of us forget to look at. So you take responsibility for communicating your needs and your desire to your partner. Unconsciously, you want your partner to intuit your needs, but consciously, you need to make the choice to communicate your needs. So somebody who becomes conscious of this and really keeps this in the forerunner of their brain, like, hey, I'm here. My partner chose me because they're looking for me to heal their wounds. we're going to go on to all these different theories of love in our next section. We're going to look at, what are the 5 love languages, and I think that if we look deep enough that we can trace those back to childhood. The styles of loving, we can change that back to childhood. But anyway, so you become more intentional in your interactions. Unconscious relationships act without thinking. Conscious, you train yourself to behave in a more constructive way. What if we had that thought in our mind all the time, like, hey, when they're getting mad, it's not really about me, it's about an old wound, and how can I help this wound? You learn to value your partner's needs and wishes as highly as you value your own. You embrace the dark side of your personality. You give yourself a break and say, oh, the reason why I get so upset when they don't give me attention is because I remember as a child I never felt like I got attention. The reason why criticism hurts so much is because I got criticized as a child. So you acknowledge your own negative traits and therefore are less likely to project them on your mate. You learn new techniques to satisfy your basic needs and desires. You search within yourself for the strengths and abilities you're lacking. You become more aware of your drive to be loving and whole and connected to the universe. And you accept the difficulty in creating a lasting love relationship. So hopefully what we're kind of learning here is we learned about some things we can't control, and I think looking at relationships from a different perspective, that instead of just saying, why am I choosing this partner? What does this partner have for me? Is to step back and look at it from a different perspective and say, well, why did my partner choose me? And what do I need to bring to the table to give to my partner? But we're going to go into different theories of love next. We're going to go into behaviors that we can control, which is super interesting. And then we're going to be going in different theories of love. And then we're going to be going into relationships, like what are some good relationship building skills. But this conscious relationship is something that I hope all of you will maybe print out and keep somewhere.